this is the video review of Transformers Collectors Club exclusive Transformers Timelines Punch Counterpunch. As you can see, he is based on the Sideswipe and Sunstreaker mold, since it's already built to reverse transform. Here's all the stuff: punch counterpunch, some stuff about it on the top and bottom, manufacturing info, same stuff on the sides, plain back. So we just open up the box here. And inside you see Punch Counterpunch in the foam. I'll go ahead and just pull him out here. Now one of the things you'll notice real quick is that he has the silver on his engine, which he doesn't on the box, and that's entirely my fault, because while I had them out to compare earlier, I put Sunstreaker's engine on him, and apparently I put his engine back on Sunstreaker, and didn't realize until I got into work. So yeah, we're just gonna use it for the review. The only difference is these engine parts are black with some different highlights, but it's not going to really seriously affect the figure. So we'll go ahead and pull that off. Also, if you pull the foam out of the box here, underneath is, I haven't got him out of the bag yet, because I think I might be getting rid of this guy. But there's the bio card and the instructions there under the foam. Now onto the figure itself. Like I said, it's a nice updated version of Counterpunch's old car mode, the blue with the dark black stripes and the red hubcaps. But you know, Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, Lamborghini mode. And transformation, as before, we'll go ahead and open up the back panel, pull off the gun, pop the legs off the arm here and flip them out. Go ahead and do them like this. Come under here, there's a little tab. Flip the feet out. Just like that. Do the same over here. Just put a little tab, get the foot out, kind of rotate it around and out. And there we have his lower legs done. Come up here, we'll go ahead and pull the arms out a little bit and slide this whole front up. Rotate the arms out and around like this. And we'll take this, we want to flip up the front bumper, bring this down, and snap it into place just like that. Bring the arms down. Oh, see how this also likes to pop off. And again, I think that's more of a, just this mold has been used a lot. There's some loose joints. Bring his arms around like this. Alright, now his fists currently are upside down. That's how they're built. They only go one way, really. You can, if you want, slide them out and switch them, depending on which robot mode you've got displayed, so they look correct. It's your choice. I'm just going to leave them on backwards because I don't feel like pulling them all apart right now. And then once you have that, just rotate his chest around, flip the helmet back, and there you have him in robot mode. Now this is Counterpunch, the Decepticon half of the equation. He does have a Decepticon rub sign here on his chest, but it doesn't stick very well, and it you can see just pushing on it, it's kind of bending it in a little bit. It's kind of haphazardly stuck on there. And it's not so much noticeable here in this mode, just because he has a slightly thinner chest, but he does have a very tiny head, which is kind of a shame, and hence the shrunken head dude from Beetlejuice in the intro. And it's not really no excuse for it, because if you rotate his head in, you can see it's not a huge amount of clearance, but there is still some room on either side of here. They easily could have made this just a little bit bigger, wider and taller, and I think it would have fit a lot better. Like I said, it's not quite as bad here in Counterpunch mode. The gun, before you kind of want to line this wide part up with the engines, and you can kind of clip this on. like that, and it'll hold okay. And that's his gun. And there's Counterpunch. And just to get him into his Autobot persona, it's actually fairly simple. Also, one of the things to do that the pictures show the gun going this way, so if you want to, you can turn it around and have the two guns coming out. Have the gun look like that if you want. We just turn them around, bring the arms around. I like to bring the arm panels down underneath like that. Just gives them a little bit more distinction that way. The arms, you can see the yellow comes into play. Again, the kind of crooked Autobot symbol. Flip the helmet back, and then you have his Autobot face, which is, in this mode, it looks even teenier than before because he's got such a broad chest. So, kind of a shame. Then the legs are supposed to go like this. I'm going to have to modify his feet if I decide to keep him, because as of right now, you kind of have to have him in a duck walk or tilt his feet in a little bit. And this doesn't look so bad. It does kind of look like bell bottoms if you tilt his feet like that. But you can have him stand like this, and then plug the gun into his hand. So this is one of those toys where it's a really, really awesome idea. They had a perfect idea for this. I think their general layout, the head sculpt is great. It's just too tiny, and there are some loose joint issues. Again, they've used this mold, several times for Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, Red Alert in both America and Japan. The BotCon Breakdown. It's seen some use, and it's definitely starting to show on the mold. Some of the joints, especially these doors, are a little loose and floppy. Not the end of the world, nothing horrible, and all certainly little things I could live with, but just that tiny head. It's just so tiny, and it really is like, I try to ignore it. It doesn't look quite as bad in person. I will give it that. It doesn't look nearly as bad in hand as it does in some pictures and in some of the videos, but there's still just part of my brain that just can't get over how tiny that head is. So, we'll see. Also, there's the screws here on this plate, but I'm probably going to paint those black, and we can take care of that fairly easily. But like I said, it's very ambitious, and I think they nailed it about 90%. It's just that the 10% that messed up is that tiny head. And I'm sorry for harping on it. Just his head is way out of proportion to his body. Although now that I'm sitting here looking at him, I'm like, maybe it's not so bad. So whatever. But it is. It's a very tiny head. And like I said, it was so close. It was so close to being absolutely perfect. Even with like some loose floppy joints, it was so close to being perfect, and that head just kills it. So, but anyway, that's my opinion. I know some people don't mind it, and like I said, it's kind of growing on me now that I'm looking at him from a distance and not holding him right up close in my hand. It's not so bad. It looks worse. Like here, if you bring him up closer to the camera, and see, and look at, like, that's his chest and his shoulders. Come on, focus. There we go. It's just such a teensy head. See, like up close, it's very apparent that it's a tiny head. But if you stand him back a little bit, it's not quite so bad for some reason. But yeah. Anyway, enough about the teensy head. There he is, Punch Counterpunch. He's sold out, so you're going to have to pay eBay prices for him. They are going to do a short run of, like, I think 300 more at some point. So get in on that if you want one, because they're going for like $200, I think, on eBay right now, or it's anywhere between $150 and $200 I've seen them going for. So there you go. But there you have it, Punch Counterpunch Transformer Collector Club exclusive.